Selling your current home and purchasing a new home at the same time can be a process all about timing. Hey everybody, Willie Davis here, and I hope you're doing great. In this 3-part video series, I want to go over the process of selling your current home and purchasing a new home simultaneously. In the last video, I did discuss with you the process and some tips on purchasing a new construction home while trying to sell your current home. But in this video, I want to focus on you purchasing an existing home. Now, this is a home that doesn't need to be built, okay? And it can be in your same neighborhood or maybe even across town. A few of these tips will be similar to what I discussed in that previous video. The first thing you're going to want to do is do your research, okay? So in doing your research, you're just going to get an idea of what the current market is in your neighborhood, or even just your current situation, your financial situation, okay? One of those things is going to be getting pre-approved. You also want to make sure that you are in a position to purchase a home, okay? No point in selling your current home if you cannot go on and purchase a new home, all right? And as you're going through that, create that needs list. What are those things that you need in your new home to help make this transition even better? The next thing is going to contact the agent that you want to sell your home. Now, your agent is going to give you a better understanding of the market in your neighborhood. They're going to go over the comps, see how your home compares to some that are on the market or even have sold, all right? And then you two are going to go and make a list of where you want to live, all right? One of the differences when making your list of places you want to move to compared to buying a new construction home is you're going to have more options. New construction homes are not being built everywhere, so this is an added bonus for purchasing an existing home. Now that you have your pre-approval, that's your golden ticket, okay? That's your golden ticket to go out and begin showings. The pre-approval is going to show the sellers that you're very serious and qualified to purchase the homes that you're showing, okay? Also, by you having that pre-approval, you can jump on any opportunity and be ready to write an offer, okay? Additionally, you want to make sure that you keep your showings organized. Because you're looking at existing homes, there's so many options out there, and at times that can be overwhelming, not just for you as a buyer, but also for your buyer's agent. So you want to make sure you try to keep those showings as organized as possible. If it means limiting a number of showings that you see per day, or maybe certain parts of town or city that you focus on, so that you're not overwhelming yourself with the decision, all right? And also, very important, if something that you are looking for, if the criteria changes, maybe it's the construction type of the home or number of bedrooms or even the area that you want to be in, if something significant changes in what you're looking for in your new home, please make sure you convey that to your agent so that your agent can help better serve you in finding you and your family that perfect home. So now it's time to write an offer, all right? So a few things. One, you most likely have gotten pre-approved from your lender as contingent, okay? Or contingent on the sale of your current home, all right? It's probably because, one, you either have to or you want to use the money from the sale of your current home to put down on your new home. That's not unusual. It's very common, okay? So when you're going out and writing offers for that new existing home, you want to make sure you're writing a contingent offer, all right? Now, a contingent offer, just very briefly, is letting the sellers know that here's my offer, I want to purchase this home, but it is contingent on the sale of my current home. So as you're writing this contingent offer, a few things that you're going to need to understand too is, one, the sellers are most likely going to want your current home to already be on the market or hitting the market very soon, okay? If your home is still weeks away from hitting the market, do not waste your time with writing a contingent offer. You'll find yourself in a contract situation. Also, have a good idea of the status of your home on the market or when you expect it to sell or get under contract or close, okay? They want to be able to get a pulse on what activity is happening on your current home, okay? And this one is very important because a lot of people don't really understand this. If you're writing a contingent offer and that contingency to sell your current home is still there, these sellers still are able to have their current home shown by other prospective buyers, and there is an opportunity for them to accept another offer without penalty as long as they follow the rules and the guidelines that are set forth in that contingent offer agreement. All right? Now, when your home does get under contract and you're ready to remove that contingency, maybe the buyers of your current home are past their inspection and everything's good and you feel comfortable removing that contingency, that means you are fully under contract on that new home, all right? Those sellers will not be able to show that home to other people. They have to mark the listing as pending, and you are under contract. So as I was just mentioning, as you're writing offers on the new home, different things about your current listing, okay? So let's go into more detail about what needs to happen with your current listing and timelines and time frames of that, okay? You wanna make sure when you list your home, especially if you're gonna write a contingent offer and you need it to sell in a reasonable amount of time, present your home as best as possible. You don't want your home sitting on the market any longer than it has to, okay? You wanna make sure that you are doing any minor cosmetic changes that can actually have a great impact, okay? I've had sellers do some painting that made the home present a lot better. Calling in a cleaning company to do a deep clean of the homes. It's gonna cost you a few $100s, but that can go a long way. Also, you wanna make sure you get professional photos, okay? Your home is going to present a lot better online with professional photos. If you're working with a listing agent that is not hiring a professional photographer to list your home, you might wanna consider another listing agent. Okay, and then you want to make sure that you price your home correctly and potentially aggressively, all right? If there's a lot of activity going on in your neighborhood, you might want to price your home just a little lower so it stands out, maybe gets in some more offers, because your goal right now is to sell your home as quick as possible so that you can close on your new home and remove your contingency, okay? So you and your listing agent are going to be able to come up with a pricing strategy that's going to work best for you in the situation and scenarios that you are in, okay? And then also, for your listing, you want to make sure that you build in some contingencies as well. So I've seen listings where, and I've listed homes where it says sale is contingent on sellers finding a new home, okay? So this is letting prospective buyers already know that, hey, we're out here looking for a home. If we don't find one in a reasonable amount of time, we might not sell. And that's already setting the expectation of what needs to be discussed and negotiated when you get under contract, okay? And make sure you time it right, timing your closing right, all right? You will need to close on your current home before you close on the new home. Now, that closing can be in the same day, just an hour apart. It can be a day apart, or it can be a week apart, okay? So you wanna make sure you're timing the closings correctly, okay? And a little word of advice, build in some occupancy for yourself in your current home, because what you don't want, if you can avoid, is closing on your current home and then closing on the new home and then you needing to move out the exact same time the sellers of your new home are moving out, and everybody is shuffling around their furniture and their personal items all within a 2-day period. So make sure you build in a little bit of occupancy for yourself, so that gives you some time after closing to pack up, to move, and to get situated, okay? And as we wrap up, here's a couple of other things to keep in mind as you're selling your current home and purchasing an existing home. One, you want to be flexible, okay? There are a lot of moving parts. You're trying to sell your home and you're trying to purchase another home, those sellers are trying to sell a home and most likely are trying to purchase another home, okay? There are a lot of moving parts, and at times there's about 2, 3, 4 different transactions that are happening that are all dependent on each other. A lot of times as we approach the close date, sometimes the closing needs to get pushed back by a few hours or maybe a couple of days just to make sure one transaction closes and it makes room for another one to close, okay? And second, and probably one of the most important, is you want to make sure you have a contingent plan, okay? Or a contingency and backup plan, all right? Because what if the offer that you submitted ultimately falls through because those sellers have accepted another offer, okay? One, your current home might already be under contract, so you're buying it that way. You might also have to get back out there very quickly and look for more homes. And in worst case scenario, you might have to stay with some friends and family, but you want to make sure that you keep those backup plans and those contingency plans in the back of your mind, just in case you need to act on one of them, okay? Now, if you follow these tips, this can help make selling your home and purchasing another home at the same time just go a little more smoothly and make it a little less stressful, okay? Next time, I'm going to talk about selling your home but purchasing another home out of state. This has become a very common thing, all right? So for more information on selling and purchasing, reach out and I'd love to help.